Okay, let's me move on from our first parts, Traipumikatha and the Buddhist cosmos. It shows us the concept of the universe, and Traipumikatha was important literature which affected most of ASEAN literature. And you see that Traipum means three rhymes or three words, which are census rhyme, formless rhyme. The census rhyme comprised of human rhyme, animal, gods, demons, hell and heaven, and the highest being is nirvana, formless or not being, which is the ultimate goal of Buddhism. Because when we are formless or not being anymore, it means that we won't be born again. Traipum or Buddhist cosmos, you will see this Buddhist cosmos portrayed from different views, and you will see this structure. This is the structure that most of Thai temples follows. You will see that when you visit Thai temple, you will see the big jeti or jedi at the center of the temple, and it was surrounded by others small buildings. Because it follows the structure of Traipumikatha, you will see that the jeti or jedi in Thai temple symbolize or represent Sumeru Mount in Traipumikatha. This is Mount Meru or Sumeru Mount, which was believed to be the center of the universe, and you will see this fish are non-fit, and underworld, the lower four low rhymes. You see the titans, hungry goats or bread, animals and hills. While the highest parts, you see the four high rhymes, 16 Brahman rhymes, and 6 heaven. And you will see the Tavatingsa or สวรรค์ชั้นดาวดึงส์ Tavatingsa or สวรรค์ชั้นดาวดึงส์ is where Indra or พระอินทร์ was situated, and this is Sumeru Mount. Let's move on. Traipumikatha and the Buddhist cosmos. Traipum portrays us the difference between the Maha Aveji hell and the Tavatingsa heaven. You will see that in Maha Aveji hell, many people were punished due to their doing or living bad life when they were alive. It is different from the Tavatingsa heaven. The Indra was at the center of the Tavatingsa, and you will see beautiful surroundings. It is due to your doing when you were alive. If you do good things, you go to heaven. If you do bad things, you go to underworld or to hell. The influence of Traipumikatha you see from these kinds of painting. You see the painting of Tavatingsa, the heaven, and the underworld of the hell, and the human world, the world of human being, and the world of angel, and the world of not being or nirvana, Nibbana. And you will see from the structure of Sumeru Mount affected Thai architecture. Most of Thai temple follows the structure of Traipumikatha. The influence of Traipumikatha can be referred to these two works. The Traipumikatha Pipithasana Putta Chakravana Tat is the book which collect all Traipumikatha's painting, or the painting inspired by Traipumikatha. And this work is very interesting. It was composed by Thai monks. The names of this book, Developing Thai Society with a through knowledge and understanding of the three planes. And you will see that it's about, if you understand Tribhumikatha, you can understand and develop Thai society. And this is a kind of Tribhumikatha comics. You will see this one also show us the Paul Khun Ram Khamhaeng works, and this also show us the Tribhumikatha. This one an angel from heaven, and this one and a devil or demon from hell, and they were a tour guide for you guys. This one will lead you to visit the heaven, and this one will lead you and recommend you the hell. This one, this girl, this demon devilish girl will bring you and recommend you the Maha-Aveji hell, and show you that if you did bad thing when you were alive, in your afterlife you will be punished in this hell. And the characteristic of Sukhothai literature to be more focused. In Sukhothai literature, it gave us the historical accounts to memorize the historical phenomena of Sukhothai kingdom indirectly, and glorifying the institution to support the monarchs and religions, and to promote ethical practice, because King Ram Khamhaeng tried to govern Sukhothai kingdom peacefully and teach his citizens to behave good. And Tribhumikatha give us the cosmology and Buddhist belief. The characters of Sukhothai literature. Sukhothai literature indicates Thai writing style, which has been developed until this present time. Sukhothai literature emphasizes paternalism, พ่อปกครองลูก the king as a father and the citizen as his own children, and ancient law and the importance of Buddhism in Thai society, such as appear in Tribhumikatha, and the Sukhothai literature reflects the unity and the prosperity of Sukhothai regime. Let's move to the next era, Ayutthaya literature from 1350 to 1767. Ayutthaya period is the longest period of Thai era, about 400 years of absolute monarchy under Hindu concept of the king as Vishnu reincarnation. It means that we believe that the king was reborn again from the Vishnu in Brahman beliefs. Second, gradual stability and prosperity via foreign trades. And third, the influx of foreign cultures. Let's move here. The characteristic of Ayutthaya literature. The styles, rhetoric, klong, and rai. Thai long rhetoric words were favorites. The contents of Ayutthaya literature includes promoting absolute monarchy and royal institution, conserving Buddhist doctrines, and favoring emotive expression. I want to show you the outstanding Ayutthaya literature. The first one, the purpose of promoting absolute monarchy and support royal institution. The ceremonious literature, Wannakadi Pithi Kam. The first one I want to recommend you is Ongkan Cheng Nam, or Oaths of Allegiance. The Oaths of Allegiance is an oath whereby a subject or citizen acknowledges a duty of allegiance and swears loyalty to monarchs or the country. You will see that the kings and his family member, and on the left side the royal officers, and sometimes the government and the military attend this ceremony. And this is the Brahman with the spear, and he cuts along the way. He put the spear into the sacred water, and afterwards he gave the drink to the people attended this ceremony, in order that they swear in front of the king that they won't betray the king, and if they do, they will be punished with this spear and the cursing words. องค์การแช่งน้ำ significance. Actually, King Wutong, the first Ayutthaya king, who made use of องค์การแช่งน้ำ or the oath of allegiance, and องค์การแช่งน้ำ was written in the founding period of Ayutthaya in the era of King Wutong. It was the oaths of allegiance ceremonies, and the members of this ceremony are the bureaucrats, the noblemen, the royal families, and the leaders of the colony states เมืองขึ้น The oath of allegiance was a ritual to promote loyalty and strong domestic and foreign alliance. องค์การแช่งน้ำ contents. It was performing worshipping to Hindu supreme gods first, invite Brahman, Vishnu, Narayan, and Shiva into this sacred ceremony, and after inviting all the gods to be witness and make this ceremony more sacred, the Brahma will comprise of curse words to the ones who are disloyal to the king or Chang. Long-lasting influence of องค์การแช่งน้ำ You see, I brought you the many versions of องค์การแช่งน้ำ or oath of allegiance from these kinds of various book cover, and you will see the real picture of องค์การแช่งน้ำ or oaths of allegiance ceremony. The next purpose of Ayutthaya literature to promote absolute monarchy or royal institution. The eulogies for the kings วรรณคดียอพระเกียรติ Eulogies for the king. What does it mean? Eulogies mean when you show your admiration to the king. You want to glorify the king by composing some poetries to show your admiration to him. The first work, Yuan Pai Klong Dan. Yuan Pai Klong Dan Yuans mean the northern parts of Thailand. Pai mean lost. The Yuan was defeated in the war. In the poetry in the Klong style. And the next work, verses, glorifying King Narai. It means that this poetry glorify King Narai and show how he governed his kingdom effectively. The first one, Yuan Pai Klong Dan, with the purpose of supporting the royal institution and glorifying the king. Yuan Pai Klong Dan, or the defeating of the Yuan. Nowadays, Yuan in Thai words we means the Vietnamese, but at the time of Ayutthaya era, Yuan means the North Kingdom or Chiang Mai, the northern part of Thailand. At that time was called Yuan. This work portrayed the battle between Ayutthaya King Trailokanath. He fought with Chiang Mai King Tilokaraj in the early Ayutthaya era, and of course, absolutely, the King Ayutthaya Trailokanath won in this war. So it is the eulogies for King Trailokanath, presenting his biography, his works, and his glory in the war. Yuan Pai Klong Dan was studied by the Western intellectual Chris Baker, the professor in America. And you see that even the foreigner or Westerners still want to study about Thai society through literature. King Trailokanath, who defeated the Yuan and his statue. Let's see. For the next one, the work versus glorifying King Narai. King Narai มรดกความทรงจำแห่งนพบุรีศรีละโวไทยปุระ From these two books cover, you will see that there were a lot of verses for glorifying King Narai, because he is the king who is govern the kingdom peacefully and makes Ayutthaya fruitful and fabulous from its richness. Verses of glorifying King Narai is the eulogy for King Narai, one of the great kings in the mid-Ayutthaya period. It records the historical events in his reign, such as the obtaining of white elephant, because we Thai people believe that the king have to obtain his own white elephant, because white elephants are rarely found, and it symbolizes the glorifying of the king and his own status in the society of supreme gods, and the war in his era, the allegiance of foreign kings. This picture by Chevalier de Chaumont, the French visitor, the French ambassador who visits King Narai and paints the Ayutthaya maps, and the French ambassador, the picture of French ambassador met with King Narai was a famous painting. The influence of King Narai's story, his diplomatic genius, affects nowadays Thai mega hit historical TV soap opera, not only transport viewers to the Siamese kingdom of 3 centuries ago, but also reenacts clever diplomatic moves by the most prominent king of the periods. The influence of verses glorifying King Narai affect Thai soap opera named Bupphe Sannivat. It's the story in King Narai period. King Narai is seen bending down to Chevalier de Chaumont, the first French emissary of King Louis to Siam, and you will see this picture also appear in Thai TV series Bupphe Sannivat, the scene when King Narai met Chevalier de Chaumont, French emissary. Let's move on. The next purpose of Ayutthaya literature to conserve Buddhist doctrine, religious literature. The first work I want to recommend you, the Mahajati Kamluang. Kamluang is a kind of Thai poetry with the specific pattern and style. And Mahajati, Maha means very big or huge. Jati means the life, your past life. The Mahajati means the past life of Lord Buddha when he was born as Pravesandan. And at that time he was a Prince Vesandan who is very famous for his giving. He can give everything to any people without questioning them. Pravesandan Prince even gave his own his own kingdom white elephant to another town, to an outsider, because he wants to make that town more fruitful like his own kingdom. And after he gave his white elephant to another kingdom, he was exiled by his own father. And afterwards, he even gave his own children to the stranger named Chuchok, the poor. มหาจาติคำหลวง Maha means significant or huge. Jati means life or period. คำหลวง the royal style poem. The story about the last former life of the Lord Buddha when he was a bodhisattva or พระเวสสันดรเวสสันตระ He was very famous of giving everything to any people. This Buddha past life presented the ethic and value of sacrificing or thana. It has been used in Mahachat sermon ceremony from Ayutthaya periods until the present time. Buddhists believe that the merits obtained from listening Mahachat sermon ceremony. If you finish listening to Mahachat sermon in one day, your afterlife, you will be reborn again in the ideal Maitreya era, which was believed a Buddhist utopia. Mahajati คำหลวง This is to show you many versions of the book cover of Mahajati คำหลวง books. And this is to show you the animation from the story of Vesantara, the story of the past life of Lord Buddha as Pravesandan character, the influence of Mahajati คำหลวง as the comics and the painting. Mahachat คำหลวง and Mahachat sermon ceremony. This is to show you the sacred text of Mahachat คำหลวง for the monk to chant and sing in the sermon ceremony, and you will see this is Pravesantara or Pravesandan with his wife and his two twin children Kanha and Charlie, and you will see this is the picture of Mahachati sermon ceremony. Many Thai people gather together in order to finish listening to Mahachati sermon in one day, and believe that when they were dead, they will be reborn again in the Maitreya utopia. Mahajati คำหลวง nowadays and Mahajati sermon ceremony. This is the side and the picture from Mahachat sermon ceremony nowadays in Thailand. Conserving Buddhist doctrine is another purpose of Ayutthaya literature. I want to show you the works of พระมาลัยคำหลวง Pra means monk, Malay his name, this monk named Malay, and คำหลวง the royal style poem. This พระมาลัยคำหลวง was the story of Thai monk named Malay. He can transform himself to the spiritual world, and he can visit both hell and heaven due to his strong meditating. And this presents images of hell and heaven and encourage people to make merit and to be charitable when they were alive. Pramalai, the Buddhist saint, known for his legendary of traveling to heaven and hell, the earliest example of this Thai manuscript date to the late 18th century. Pramalai became a very popular chanting text for donating in wedding and funeral ceremony in Thailand. The legend of Pramalai was about a monk who can travel to visit heaven and to hell by the power of his meditation. Afterwards, when he comes back from hell and heaven, he keeps telling the people about how fearful the hell was and how beautiful the heaven was in order to make the people fear of doing bad things. Pammalai manuscripts were frequently produced and donated to the Buddhist monastery as the acts of making merits. Pammalai Kamluang, it is believed that in the hell there was the animalistic demon, which was the hungry goats or bread. The hungry goats, they was born as the hungry goats because when they were alive they were too greedy and they got the animalistic desire. And when they were born as the hungry goats, they were extremely hungry and thirsty, and they can't obtain any making merits from their relatives. The hungry goats have to remain in the hell until their negative karma is used up, and they can reborn again, maybe in the animal life or even the human being. Different from the hungry goats in the hell, Prammalai Kamluang also show us the story of people in the future Buddha Metta Arya, because we believe that our next Lord Buddha named Prasi Arya Maitrai or Maitreya Buddha. At that time, the world will be the utopia. There were beautiful people and they can ask for anything they want. These two paintings illustrate what Prammalai learned from the future Buddha Metta Arya or Prasi Arya Maitrai about the witch's tree which would grow when he is born into the human world. All humans at Buddhist utopia will be a strong Buddhism, and they will be a vegetarian, and they healthy, handsome, and they can ask anything from the witch tree. The next purpose of favoring emotive expression, the romantic tales in Ayutthaya era, is the story of Lilith Palaw, the tragic love story between the heirs of the two hostile kingdoms, believed in the northern part of Thailand around Phra province. The Lilith is one kind of Thai poetry. Lilith Palaw was a very famous love triangle story. One man loves two girls. Narrative poetry about Prince Law and his lovers, the twin princess, Phuen and Pang. Folktale from Phra province in the northern parts of Thailand. The statue of Phra Law and his lovers in Phra province of Thailand. The main characters are depicted in their touching death scene. On the other side, Lilith Palaw in the form of Thai modern musical show. The next purpose of favoring emotive expression with the works of Nirad. Nirad means leaving some place to another place. So Nirad is poetry written when parted from loved one. Because in the ancient era of Ayutthaya kingdom, when we want to travel from Ayutthaya to another province, it took very long time, and the author was bored in the boat or the ship, so he tried to kill the boredomness by composing something Most of the works of emotive expression named Nirad, it means the writer himself meets his own homes and meets his lovers, his family. The first work I want to recommend you was Klong Tawa Tosamat, and the next one Gam Suan Klong Dan. Klong Tawa Tosamat. Klong is a type of Thai poetry. Tawa means two, Tosa means 10, Masa means month, and Gam Suan Klong Dan. Klong Dan is a kind of Thai poetry, and Gam Suan means crying. Nirad, Klong Tawa Tosamat. Tawa Tosamat means 12 months. I miss you 12 months. It's a mourning to the loved one, using the time and the season as a medium. The first month, I look around and I miss you because of the surroundings and the environmental phenomenon. And the next month, I still miss you. It is the writer's declaration or expression of his love and miss at his own lovers. The next word, Gam Suan Klong Dan. Gam Suan means cry. So it is the giving accounts of the travel to Nakhon Si Thammarat province from Ayutthaya by sea, and the writer expressed his feelings towards his loved ones along the way. The favoring emotive expression with the literature for performance. Emotive expression were used for dance, drama, and lakhon in Ayutthaya period. The first literature for performing arts is Inau. Inau's adapted from Jawa tale. In Indonesia, we call Inau Inu. In Ayutthaya period, because we trade a lot among ASEAN countries, and we adapt the Jawa tale from Indonesia, Inu Panya Samirang, into Thai Inau. The next work, Sang Thong. Sang Thong was the famous story of a prince who covered himself with the ugly image and afterwards revealed that actually he was a handsome man. And it still famous nowadays in Thai TV series on Channel 7 on the TV. And the Manora story. It's kinds of Thai fairy tale like story, or we call it Jak Jak Wong Wong story. It means the story of a prince, a princess fell in love together or were faced with some dangers in the forest together and end up happily. And the Manora story was the story of a prince and he fell in love with a half-bird princess. Notes on Ayutthaya literature. Authors and dates are usually not clearly given. We really don't know who actually the writers are. Literature was the king tools of governance. Ayutthaya literature reflects Brahman, Buddhism, and ancient beliefs such as we are Buddhism and gods beliefs mixed with Brahman and Hindu beliefs. Ayutthaya literature was influenced by foreign literary works such as the literary works of Inau from Indonesia. Ayutthaya literature portrays politics, economic, social order, and lifestyle in some aspects, only since it was mainly focused on royal court. Ayutthaya literature becomes the prototype of Thai literature in later periods. Post-Ayutthaya Thai society in Thonburi period around 1767 until 1782 is the era of unification war of 5 separated states by King Taksin and the Sinicization of Siam because King Taksin himself was a Chinese descendant. The early Ratanakosin or Bangkok period from 1782 until around 1900. The restoration and revival to prosperity under King Rama I, the second, the third, and the fourth. Their attempts to oppose colonialism under Kings Rama the fourth and the fifth. Let's move to Thonburi literature. It's the shortest period of our literary era. King Taksin of Thonburi was governed Thonburi Kingdom for a short period. At that time, Thonburi politics, economies, and society, including arts and cultures, were transferred from the late Ayutthaya period because in Thonburi Kingdom, King Taksin was busy with warring with other kingdoms, and he tried hard to protect Thonburi Kingdom from other outsiders, and so Thonburi period had no time to produce any fruitful or fabulous literary works. So, Thonburi literature was of conservative styles and conserving Ayutthaya tradition. The characteristic of Thonburi literature, it was the conservation of Ayutthaya heritage. An outstanding example is the Thonburi version of Ramakien. King Taksin himself was believed that he composed a part of Ramayana by himself, some chapters, and this kind of Ramakien was adapted from the Indian epic of Ramayana. And at that time, due to the Sinicization or making Chinese, you see that King Taksin even sent the Thonburi ambassador to visit China mainland, and you will see from the work of Nirad Praya Mahanupap or Nirad Guangtung. Guangtung was the name of Guangdong or Canton in China mainland. Nirad means leaving one place to another place, so Nirad Guangtung means the royal ambassador of Thonburi traveled to Guangdong or Canton in China. An account of a travel to foreign land in verse. Nirad means living, and Praya Mahanupap was the name of the Thai Thonburi ambassador. From Nirad Guangtung, you will see from Praya Mahanupap the writer description of the traveling. How can he show us how he traveled from Thonburi Kingdom to Guangdong? How was it took time, and the rough mapping of the route from Thonburi to Guangdong also provided in this Nirad. We move to the era of Ratanakosin or Bangkok era. The early Bangkok literature or early Ratanakosin literature. Ratanakosin literature during 1782 until about 1900 the pertaining more or less Ayutthaya classical traditions in both form and content, written in traditional literary form such as Lilith, Kamluang, and Kamchan, and the emergence of new literary genres. Let's see what happens in the early Ratanakosin or early Bangkok. Literature still conserves Ayutthaya classical traditions with the purpose of promoting absolute monarchy or royal institution, making records of historical events which displays a king heroic deeds. The first work เพลงยาวนิราศรบพม่าที่ท่าดินแดง It is very long name, right? But actually it's just the Nirad on fighting against the Burmese at Tha Dinh Dang. Tha Dinh Dang was the name of the place. It was recorded the event of the war in the ride of King Rama I between Siam and Burma. Nirad means living, rob, fight, Pama, Burmese, ที่ท่าดินแดง at ท่าดินแดง the name of the battlefield. It is also the poetry of showing and glorifying the King Rama I who won in who won in the war in the battle at Tha Dinh Dang. The next work of promoting absolute monarchy and royal institution in early Ratanakosin, the Lilith Taleng Phai. You have to focus on this. Even Lilith Taleng Phai was written in early Ratanakosin, but actually its stories contains the historical story of King Naresuan Maharaj of Ayutthaya period. It is inspired by the real events of the battle on the elephant back between King Naresuan of Ayutthaya and the Prince of Burma. Note, this Lilith was written in King Rama III story, King Rama III period, but the story is derived from Ayutthaya history. And the legends of King Naresuan filming, the film King Naresuan Maharaj, was the same story as Lilith Taleng Phai. The next purpose of conserving Buddhist doctrine. The works for supporting Buddhist doctrine in early Ratanakosin periods. The first one, the Pathom Sompothikatha, or the life of Lord Buddha, the story when the Lord Buddha was born until his death, his enlightenment, his lecturing the citizens. And the next work, Ratana Pimpawong. Ratana Pimpawong is the legend of the Emerald Buddha, พระแก้วมรกต Nowadays the Emerald Buddha is situated in Wat Phra Kaew Temple in Bangkok. The legends of Emerald Buddha, because some of you might know that the Emerald Buddha once was possessed by Lao's kingdom, Lao country. After King Rama I won over Lao kingdom, and he took the Emerald Buddha back to Bangkok. Actually, firstly he took the Emerald Buddha to Chiang Rai first, and then from Chiang Rai he moved the Emerald Buddha to Bangkok. Next, Rai Mahachhat, Vesantara Chataka, or the Great Life. Actually, in Ayutthaya period, we got Mahachat Sermon or Mahachat Kamluang, but in early Ratanakosin we got Rai Mahachat. Mahachat or Mahajati is the same because it's still the story of the past life of Lord Buddha, who was born as Vesantara Prince, who was famous of giving everything to another people. And in early Ratanakosin, Vesantara Chataka or Mahajati was composed in the form or the pattern of Rai. The literature for pertaining Ayutthaya classical tradition in early Ratanakosin still follow the traditions of performing arts. The three literature for performance, drama, and lakon in early Ratanakosin, I want to recommend you the most famous literature for performing arts. The first one was Ramakian or Thai Ramayana. The next one was Inaud, and the third Sang Thong. Inaud, like I said before from the previous slide, that we adapted Inaud from Indonesia tales, the tales of a prince named Inu or Inau, and we developed it into Thai version in Ayutthaya period. And afterwards, in the early Ratanakosin, we adapt it again for the performing arts. And the versions of Sang Thong, we still derived Sang Thong, Ramakian, and Inau from Ayutthaya traditions. It's the heritage of Ayutthaya. In early Ratanakosin literature, there was the emergence of new literary genres. The first genre we call it chronicles, Pongsawadan. The Thai chronicle, was composed by Panjantanumat, who was a Thai royal officer. In the chronicle by Panjantanumat is the recorded history of Ayutthaya till the early Ratanakosin. And the Samgok was Chinese three kingdom stories translated from Chinese chronicle, because at that time most of Thai reader was bored with the Jak Wong or Thai fairy folk tale, and that's why the royal court translated the Chinese chronicle, which was more interesting to the readers. And the next chronicle for entertainment of the reader was Rachatirat, translated from the Mon chronicle. Mon was a tribe, the tribal people in Myanmar, and Mon was exiled from Myanmar finally. And the Rachatirat was the story of a Mon prince. The next, didactic or sermons and proverbs. กฤษณาสอนน้องคำฉัน กฤษณา didactic poem for women สอนน้อง teaching her sister. This work was the story of Krishna, who tried to teach her sister how to be ideal women, how to be a good wife for her husband. The next work named Suphasit Sọn Hญิงor Lady Proverbs. Sọn Hญิงmeans teaching women. And the next work, Lokaniti คำโครง Lokaniti Proverbs. Loka means world. So กฤษณาสอนน้องคำฉัน teach women how to be ideal women, ideal wife, ideal daughter, ideal sister. สุภาษิตสอนหญิง the works or the proverb for teaching women how to behave well, how to be an ideal woman, how to make men accept you. And Lokanit คำโครง also is like the how-to book. It recommended us how to live a good life. If you want to be good, you have to be friends with good people. You have to mingle with good communities, something like that. The romance tales in early Ratanakosin, the most two famous works, the first one named Khun Chang Khun Pan, the story of one girl with two men. She can't choose between Khun Pan, the heroic character, and Khun Chang, the antagonist. So the main character, the female character of Wan Tong, fell in love with two men. And Phra Apaimani was very fantasy and the most famous Thai literature composed by Thai writers named Sunthorn Phu. In Phra Apaimani's story, it was very fantasy. There were a demon, a mermaid, a half-human, half-animal creatures. The advancement in printing technology introduced to Thailand in 1835 by Dr. Bradley, an American missionary, encouraged Thai literature's popularity because we have our own printing house. Early modern Thai society. The modernization periods under King Rama IV and King Rama V, the nation formation under King Rama VI or King Vachiravut, and at that time we enter World War I. Let's see. The Ratanakosin literature in early modern Thai society. There were new contents in traditional form style. The first work I want to recommend you, the work named Nirat London. It's composed by Mr. Gatai or Mr. Rabbit, Thai ambassador. Nirat London, it means leaving Thailand to London, England. At that time, it was the archives of Thai ambassador who visited London and wrote in order to memorize the situation of being in London at that time. The appearing of the fiction. At that time, fiction emerged as the contemporary Thai literature. Kwam Phayabhat, the first Thai novel, was translated by Mae Wan, the pseudonym of the royal officer. Mae Wan translated Vendetta by Marie Corelli, the Western writer, into Thai version and named it Kwam Phayabhat. And Kwam Phayabhat was nominated as the first novel in Thai culture. Let's move on. We had novel and we also had a journal. Journal, the articles and essays of social criticism, especially the popular in the Rise of King Rama VI. At that time, even the King Rama VI himself published the newspaper and allowed Thai citizens to write to the newspaper and the editorial board. จดหมายจางวังรำ or จางวังรำ's letter. It means the letter of Mr. Ram and the โครงกลอนของครูเทพ poetess. These two works criticized Thai society around King Rama VI periods. These two royal officers, Jang Wang Ram and Kruthep, criticized how Thai society was misled by the king and the governing, and even Thai citizens' values was also misled. and the essay Wake Up the Thailand was composed by King Rama VI himself in order to arouse Thai citizen understanding and lecture his own citizens how to change their value, how to change their lifestyle from the misled one. Modern plays. Like some of you might know that King Rama VI himself was graduated from the Oxford University in the Western country, so he admired the English writers named Shakespeare a lot. King Rama VI even translated a lot of Shakespeare works, and he himself even composed a lot of plays, and he even role plays himself in the drama he composed. This is the King Rama VI himself in the drama playing. He composed หัวใจนักรบ or the warrior spirit to encouraging nationalism among Thai citizens. At that time, the emergence of new literary genres also related with translations, because when Thai reader was bored with the same style of literary works, most of the editor tried to find out the text, and there were the translation. Most of works were translated from Indian and Sanskrit literary works, such as the works named Skuntala, the literature from Sanskrit language Kulidasa, and the translation of Shakespeare works The Merchants of Venice and Romeo and Juliet. King Rama VI translated Skuntala from Indian works by himself, and he also translated the works of Shakespeare, The Merchants of Venice and Romeo and Juliet. King Rama VI and Prince Pitayalongkorn were very famous of translating. They were the outstanding poets and authors of the early modern Thai literature. They translated several foreign literary works and wrote their own works influenced by foreign style, such as Nitan Vetan story by Prince Pitayalongkorn. Nitan Vetan, it means the folk tales or Aesop style folk tale by Vetan. This Vetan was a demon, and he challenged the prince by asking him the question. When the prince can answer correctly, he will fly away and then come back again and tell another folk tale to the prince, and then ask the question circling. The characteristic of literature in early Ratanakosin to early modern Thai society. There were the reconstruction of arts and letters to improve human resources, to prepare Thai citizens for working with the royal organizations, and some romance in order to make people escape from their tough life. And there was a trend of social criticism works and nationalism. And even there were some literary conventions due to the traditional performing arts such as Ramakian Inao Sang Thong. We still conserve it in the early modern Thai society. We still conserve Ayutthaya heritage. And there were foreign literary influences. Since we were westernized around King Rama V, and then we were westernized again in King Rama VI era because he was graduated from England, and he influenced Thai society about the foreign literary influence. We jumped to modern Thai. The modern Thai begins with the end of the absolute monarchy and military rule around King Rama VII. At that time, we passed the World War II, and democratic elections began in 1946, and King Rama VIII and King Rama IX era. Around 1973, democracy movement of 14 October students uprising was very famous, and it was the turning point of Thai literary circumstance, from royal supporting works and entertainment to Thai literature for society and for human rights. Afterwards, we call it post-1973. The political crisis period was governed around 2006 and 2014, and the military government since 2014 until the present time, and now we are in King Rama X since 2016 till the present time. The contemporary literature from 1932 until present time. You see, this was when King Rama VII gave the democratic governing to Thai citizens, and most of student uprising on 14 October kids. Let's move on. What happened to the modern Thai literature? Romance. Why romance? Because at that time, people were faced with the chaotic situation and the political movement. And at that time, after we passed the World War II, we need to escape from our tough life and hard life. So we escape from the real life to the imaginative world by romance novel. The very famous novels of Pochaman Ban Sai Thong, the story of a girl who was actually the descendants of the rich family. He tried to challenge the family who steal her heritage from her ancestor, and he tried to request for her own rights in the heritage of her family, and she ended up marrying the rich man. The next one, the contents of contemporary literature. After the 14 October case, the socialism and the promoting of social class equality was very famous because most of Thai writers, especially Si Burapha, he was a famous Thai writer who was graduated from Japan, and he supports socialism and requests for social class equality. He produced the works named Gentleman. From this cover, the book's name Gentleman or ลูกผู้ชาย and the work War of Life สงครามชีวิต and this one เสนีสาวพงษ์ another writer composed Demon or ปีศาจ These novels promoted social class equality. Literature for life, sex, or วรรณกรรมเพื่อชีวิต is kinds of socialism influenced literature. Most of them were written by Si Burapha, and it was aroused the inequality among people, among human beings, and its request for the true meaning of life and the social equality. The anti-communism was promoted by Thai famous writer named Khukrit Pramod. Khukrit Pramod promoted monarchy because he was a Thai prime minister and he was one of royal family member. So Khukrit Pramod was Thai famous writer who composed the anti-communist strongly, and he promoted absolute monarchy strongly, especially his work The Four Rhymes, the story of Mae Ploy, the main character who admired the royal and the monarchy a lot. She supported the absolute monarchy strongly, and she couldn't stand the changing of the governing system from the monarchy to democracy. And Khukrit portrayed his anti-communism strongly. We move to the more modern works. In Thai contemporary literature also show us the problems between the rural problems and the urban problems. This first one, Phá Bạc Căn, by Lao Kham Hom, Thai writers, it's about the rural problems in Thai northeastern part of Thailand. When the Isan or northeastern part of Thailand faced with drought, poverty and famine and malnutrition, it portrays the problems of the poor people and show us that the development was only at the center of Thailand in Bangkok, but not for the outsider or the marginalized people from other parts of the country. And this one, ครอบครัวกลางถนน by ศิลาคมฉาย or in English it was named Mid Road Family. Mid Road Family was the story of one couple who drove on the road, and due to the Bangkok traffic jam, they even ate in a car, exercise in a car. They even plant a banana tree on the road, and they even had sex in the car, and she was pregnant in the car and even giving birth in the car, to show us the surrealistic events to criticize the Thai traffic jam problems. Let's move on. There were some works of political issue after the 14 October case or 14 October situation, because this one, a woman, the woman named Jiranan Pitpricha, she was one of the student uprisings in the 14 October case, and after the student uprising was ended, she was living in the forest, and when the government declared the releasing, she came back and she kept writing about the students in 14 October case in Thailand, about the students' movements, about the fighting for the real democracy governing. And the เพียงความเคลื่อนไหว by นวรัตน์ พงษ์ไพบูลย์ and ขุนทองเจ้าสกลับเมื่อฟ้าสาง These three works refer to the students of 14 October uprising who fight for the true democratic governing. The contemporary Thai literature also related with the Thai Sea Rights Awards, Southeast Asian Writers Award, an award that is presented annually since 1979 to poets and writers of the Southeast Asia. Examples of Thai Sea Rights awarded book ลูกอีสาน the first one come from this book won the Sea Right awarded because it portrays Thai northeastern part people who face with the famines, the poverty, the malnutrition. And this one เจ้าจันผมหอม it was the story of a northern part of Thailand, the Prince Jan, who has a very long hair and devoted to the Buddhism belief. And this one, Chang Samran, was the story of a homeless child who lived with other families, and to show us the good of being in Thai society. Even we have to live a tough and hard life, there's still a positive elements to look through. And this one ไส้เดือนตาบอดในเขาวงกต was the story of modern Thai society composed with the complicated form and styles in order to show the senseless, the shattered life of people nowadays in Thai society. The short story which won Sea Right awarded the Mid-Road Family, right? I recommend you first. And this one แดดเช้าร้อนเกินกว่าจะนั่งจิบกาแฟ the name of the book means that it is too hot in the morning, too hot to drink the coffee peacefully in the morning. From the name of the book, it means that any kinds of abusive phenomenons or chaotic situations in our society, it truly affects us. We can't drink the coffee in the morning peacefully and ignore what happened in our society, because one day it affects us finally. The next work แผ่นดินอื่น different lands, it shows us the story of the southern part of Thailand and to compare between the rural and urban life of Thai people. The poetry's won Sea Right awarded. This one เพียงความเคลื่อนไหว by นวรัตน์ พงษ์ไพบูลย์ The Lost Leaf by จิรนันท์ พิษปรีชา These two works requested and voiced for the 14 October uprising of Thai students. And this one สักการิยา อมาตยา the Southern Writers. The book's names No Women in Poetry. It shows us the voice of Thai women. Most of them were at the southern parts of Thai Muslim women. Let's move on. 2018 Sea Right Award Shortlist Novel. The shortlist novel in 2018, we will see that there's many kinds of works and many stories also. Can you guess which one of the books won the Sea Right Award in 2018? Can you guess from the cover of the book which one was the Sea Right Award novel in 2018? The answer is this one. พุทธศักราชอัสดงกับทรงจำของทรงจำของแมวกุหลาบดำ This novel It's very long name. This long named novel by Veeraphon Nitipapa, she was Seawright awarded in 2000, around 2014 before, and afterwards in 2018 she won the Seawright Award again. And you will see that this novel พุทธศักราชอัสดงกับทรงจำของแมวกุหลาบดำ It means that it's the memory from the black cat. The black cat lived in the family in Chachoengsao province. Of course, they were Chinese family, and this cat tried to tell us about the history of this family. This novel was not only show us the historical background of Thai society, but it also show us the Chinese immigrant in Thai society, how they live, how they trade, how they expand their family. The themes and the contents of Thai contemporary literature. We can conclude at this point, in Thai contemporary literature, it contains the contents of socio-political criticism. Some works are the escapist, such as the romance work and the works in the kind of art for life's sake, the literary work for social movement, the literary work for social equality, the influence of the world literature, because most of Western and Japanese style works affected Thai contemporary literature a lot. We jumped to the last part, Thai literature and relation to other art forms. The visual arts, such as architecture, painting, and sculpture, are truly influenced by Thai literature. And of course, the performing arts, shadow play, puppet show, traditional dance, drama, contemporary performance, film, and TV drama also were affected a lot by Thai traditional literature. Let's see how Thai literature and visual arts architect influence on architect. I show you the Royal Funeral, พระเมรุมาตร the place where we conduct the funeral of the royal family, and of course even the king. We structure it in the same structure with ไตรภูมิกถา Sumeru Mount. ไตรภูมิกถา the concept of Buddhist cosmology affected a lot on Thai architecture, from the Jedi, from the royal funeral, and from the Thai temples building structure. ไตรภูมิ ideology affect Thai Buddhist temple structure, such as Thai stupa, Thai pagoda, and the royal funeral pride, พระเมรุมาตร for the royal funeral. And you will see the highest stupa or highest pagoda, highest Jedi come from the shape of Sumeru Mount, which was considered as the center of the universe. Let's move on. Lilith Pralor, can you guys remember the tragedy of a prince named Lord with his lover Phuen and Pang, the two girls? Is Pralor tragedy, and This Palaw story affect the painting, and this is the Thai painting, the scene when Palaw and his assistants try to find a way to meet with Phuen and Pang, the two girls he fell in love with. And this is the painting of Traiphumikatha, the Tawatingsa, the heavens painting, come from Traiphumikatha story. And this one, the painting affected by Manora, the half-bird princess story. And this one, the story of Kaki, the Thai fairy folk tale, the Thai folk tale about a woman who betrayed her own husband and escaped and support the thief to kill her own husband. And this one, the painting affected by Inau, the story from Indonesia, we adapted into Inau's story. And this is the painting from Inau, the main character Prince Inau, and the female character Butsaba. He fell in love with this girl. Thai literature also affect the sculpture. The Grai Thong, the originally a folk tale in Phichit province in Thailand. The story was about a huge crocodile named Chalawan. It killed a lot of people near the river. And once this huge crocodile was defeated by the heroic characters named Grai Thong. So it's kind of adventurous story of Grai Thong and its effect. This statue, the sculpture of Grai Thong, defeat the huge crocodile Chalawan in Phichit province in Thailand. This is from Wat Phra Kaew temples, the royal temples of Wat Phra Kaew in Bangkok, near the Royal Grand Palace. You will see this kind of semi-animals and human being creatures. You will see this semi-human and semi-animal creature. They came from Traiphumikatha beliefs that these creatures surrounded the Sumeru Mount. Let's move on. This Phra Apaimani, the main character from Phra Apaimani story, composed by Sunthornphu, the statue of Sunthornphu and the statue of Phra Apaimani, the main character. The sculpture or the statue of Palaw Phuen Pang in Phra province, and this was the statue of giants from Ramakien story. Let's move on. We will see that Ramakien epics affect and influence many and various kinds of Thai arts. Ramakien in paintings, Ramakien in stone sculpture, Ramakien in shadow plays, Ramakien in mask dance drama or khon, and even Ramakien in Thai contemporary dance style. Thai literature also affect in the puppet show. The puppet show means the small puppet dress like Thai traditional costume and play in Thai traditional performing arts story such as Phra Apaimani story and Sang Thong, the folktale story. Thai literature and performing arts, the Inau story from Indonesia. Inau happened first time in Ayutthaya periods and then transfer into early Ratanakosin periods and then still used in the performing arts nowadays. The Rachathiraj or the Mon Chronicle, the story of the Mon prince Makatho It was translated in early Ratanakosin period, and this kind of literature of Rajathiras was very famous for performing. This is the scene when the Mon prince fight with the Chinese prince. Ramayana. Ramayana was very famous for Thai mask dance and Thai performing arts. And Thai literature also affects other kinds of performing arts such as Thai TV series. You will see the novel Kugam or the English name Sunset at Chao Phraya. Kugam was very famous novel in Thailand because it is the story of a Thai girl who fell in love with the Japanese soldier who situated in Thailand around World War II. And this novel was developed into TV drama, films, and musical play many times. This is to show you the DVD and the animation transformed and affected from Thai folktale story. This is the film Grai Thong, and this is also the film Grai Thong, and this is the Sut Sakhon from Pha Aphai Mani story in animation version. This is also the poster from Thai literature into the filming. This is the film named Phra Law, the film Ongkuriman from the story of Lord Buddha Siddhartha, and this is Ngok Pa, the story composed by King Rama V. ผู้ชนะ10 ทิศ แผลเก่า น้ำเสาะทราย ไผ่แดง ลูกอีสาน วนาลี All of this novel was developed into a film. And this is the TV series. The TV series developed from Thai novels. หนวิชัยคาวี ปลาบู่ทอง มโหสถ แม่นาค ไทยจักจักวงวง or Thai fairy tale story was transformed into Thai TV series. And this is Thai novels and Thai TV series relation. This Thai TV series once were a novel first and then developed into TV series. And Thai novels also related and affect Thai musical play. All of these musical play developed from Thai novels version first. แม่นาค the musical and even Mom the musical. And it is the end of the video clips, and I'll try to give you the link of the text of practicing with some question, and I will give you the different link to access the Google form, and then you guys have to answer all the questions there in order to check that you really access and watch this video clip. And I will end and finish my online course of Thai literature and Thai society at this point, and hope that you guys will watch and learn from this video clip I post on YouTube, and afterwards I hope that you can finish all the Google form questions. Thank you for your concentration. Goodbye.